So the other day, I was just sitting at home and I was like, you know, the NBA today is led by Steph, LeBron, Kevin Durant, Paul George. Shout out to him for dropping like 30 plus in game 1 today. But I was just thinking, you know, what would happen if we took all of those players out? What if we took all of the NBA superstars out of the NBA? How would teams do? Like, how would the Warriors do without Steph, Draymond, and Klay Thompson? How would the Cavs do without their big three? So in today's video, as you see by the title, we are going to see what the NBA would look like without every single player above a 75 overall. So as you see right here, no players above 75 overall. Basically, what I will be doing is simulating a whole entire season, and we are just going to see which team ends up coming out on top. Also, let me know down in the comment section if you want me to do a rebuilding challenge with this roster. So a rebuilding challenge where I have to rebuild teams where, you know, every single team only has players that are 74 overall and lower. I did go ahead and select every single team, so then that way, if needed, I could just play a game if I wanted to. I don't know. This was actually the reason why no teams could trade at all, because I did not want any trades happening. As you see, no player above a 75 overall, and as you saw in the beginning where I was setting the sliders, the player progression rate is down to 0. So no player should be above a 75 overall at the end of the year. And I had to add the GOAT to the Cleveland Cavaliers. I actually traded LeBron for him straight up, and it worked because when you're doing the roster changes, it works just like that. Here's what the Sixers are looking like. We are just going to simulate with them for the first half of the season, because who knows, maybe the Sixers without Jaleel and Nerlens Noel, maybe they can actually do something. And I believe Joel Embiid is above a 75 overall as well. So take a look at the Jazz. They do end up losing their first game of the year to the Celtics. They beat the Cavs by almost 20 points, but it's not really looking too great. And just taking a look at the Eastern Conference standings, the Celtics are the number 1 team, and they're only like 10 games above 500. I know, only 10 games above 500. But now, it's basically them, the Pistons, and the Raptors basically fighting for that number 1 seed. At the All-Star break, the Sixers are 15-38, and the Raptors, this is their lineup, and they are 33-19. Man, this is just really, really weird, because, you know, you are so used to saying, oh, DeMar DeRozan and Kyle Lowry are leading the Raptors, but now it's Norman Powell and Patrick Patterson? Like, what? And then the Memphis Grizzlies are atop of the Western Conference. Here are the rest of the Eastern Conference standings. Look at the Miami Heat right there. The Warriors are 21-31 without Steph, Draymond, and Klay Thompson. I find that pretty mind-blowing. And look at this. Ty Lawson is leading the league in points. Jamel McLean, he's a 69 overall, and he's averaging 22 points per game. Vince Carter's averaging 17. Frank Kaminsky is also averaging just about 17 points. So the top 30 scorers in the NBA, just names that you would not really expect to be there. Ty Lawson, I believe he was a former All-Star, so maybe he's, bringing it back for this season. And here are all of the player stats. Paul Pierce averaging 17 points per game. Kent Blazemore, 420. Blaze it. That's on Wednesday, so who knows? I might have a special Kent Blazemore video out that day. Who knows, man? He's averaging about, I think, 18 points or 19 points. The Mavericks are led by Raymond Felton or Ramon Felton. I'm pretty sure it's Raymond Felton. I think in a video a while back I said Ramon Felton, which is pretty awkward. It's actually Raymond Felton. There is that McLean guy on the Suns. He's averaging like 22 points per game. The Warriors are led by Ian Clarkson, and Omer Yurtseven is the leading scorer on the Wizards. Okay, that makes perfect sense. Also, another reason why I did select every single team, just because I was thinking about it, is so now no team could sign any free agent above a 75 overall. Taking a look at the award races, Josh Smith, he is leading the Sixth Man of the Year race, and Roy Hibbert is leading the Defensive Player of the Year race. No thanks, man. Like, trash Hibbert, man. He is gone. I honestly don't think any team is going to sign him this year. here are your Eastern Conference All-Stars. My Pacers do have 2 players on that. Makes me feel pretty great. And then the Western Conference All-Stars, Cameron Payne, Norris Cole, KG, Vince Carter, Paul Pierce, the old guys getting a All-Star appearance. Marcelo Huertas, he is also there. There's the dunk contest. There is Shannon Brown. I did trade him from the 06-07 Cavs to the current day Cavs. And then the 3-point contest. And then the season awards, just so you can see who's winning player of the week every single week. Ty Lawson has won it, 5 times? That, I believe, is the most out of any player in the NBA. So here we go, simulating to the end of the season. Let's just see what ends up happening and who will end up as the #1 team in the Eastern Conference. The Sixers, they had an awful year just like they did in real life. They finished 24-58, and Ty Lawson is your 2015-2016 Kia NBA Most Valuable Player, averaging 22.5 points with 10 assists and 2 steals, barely at any blocks though. Also contributed 3 rebounds. Cameron Payne ends up winning the Rookie of the Year. Trash Hibbert, Defensive Player of the Year. I never thought I would ever see this in my life. 13 points, 2 blocks, and that's good enough to get you Defensive Player of the Year. And Dwayne Casey wins the Coach of the Year as the Raptors go 51-31, and they do finish first in the Eastern Conference. Taking a look at the All-NBA teams, there is Ty Lawson, Channing Frye, Bobby Portis, Jamel McLean. Like, this is just way too weird, bro. Ronnie Rogers, I traded him from the old Denver Nuggets, I believe 93-94 with Dikembe Mutombo. Kevon Looney is on the All-NBA third team. Danny Green is on the All-Defensive first team. Metta World Peace and Trash Hibbert are also there. Tony Allen, not really a surprise that he's on the All-Defensive second team, but I did trade that version of Tony Allen from the historic Celtics team with the big 3 of KG, Paul Pierce, and Rondo. So here is the playoff bracket. I know you barely saw it there, but here are the standings. The Raptors finished 1 game ahead of the Pistons and 2 ahead of the Celtics. The Sixers did finish with the worst record in the Eastern Conference. Lakers finished with the worst record in the West, and the Dallas Mavericks end up winning the Western Conference standings, or well, they're first in the Western Conference standings. That was pretty weird to say. There's Kent Bazemore, 7th on the list in league leaders, and there is your top 30 scorers in the NBA in terms of points per game averaged. Let's go on to each and every team. Channing Frye averaging 17.5 points per game. That's just really, really weird in my mind. Seth Curry averaging about 16.5. I mean, really, there's no huge numbers here that, pop out to me other than Rodney Rogers, Ty Lawson, Gerald Green, Jamel McLean. I don't know how the hell he's averaging like 22 points per game. And the Wizards' leading scorer averaged 13 points per game. That was also pretty weird. And then here are the rest of the Player of the Week awards in case you guys were curious. Lavoy Allen even gets in there, which is pretty weird. So let's just simulate the NBA playoffs and let's see who will end up making it to the NBA Finals and actually end up winning the NBA Championship with no players above a 75 overall. So far, the Raptors, they won it in a sweep in the first round, then 5 games in the second round. So in the West, it is Grizzlies, Nuggets, and in the East, it is Raptors, Celtics. And for your NBA Finals, it is Grizzlies versus Raptors. The Grizzlies take the first 2 games. The Raptors make it 2-1, 2-2, 3-2 Grizzlies. And we are just going to do the simcast. I won't show you guys the championship celebration, but let's just see what ends up happening. And the Toronto Raptors end up tying the series up at 3 games apiece. The Grizzlies are on the road in Game 7, and they end up losing by 41 points. And the Toronto Raptors actually make it out of the first round and end up winning the NBA championship. The leading scorer for the Memphis Grizzlies was Jordan Farmar, and Rodney Rogers, 26 points, 10 rebounds in game number 7. He is a 70 overall, averaging like 23 points in the playoffs. Definitely very, very insane. And taking a look at the playoff stats, Rodney Rogers averaged 23 points per game in the playoffs. Norris Cole was second. Jamel McLean, I'm pretty sure he was up there. There's Ty Lawson, Lavoy Allen. There's 3 players straight from the Chicago Bulls. There's also Steve Francis on there, but it's not like any good Steve Francis. It's from the Yao Ming and T-Mac Rockets. I almost said Raptors, but speaking of Raptors, Rodney Rogers does win the Finals MVP. He averaged about 25 points in the 7-game series. So there you have it, man. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to leave a like on the video and subscribe if you guys did enjoy. And just to prove to you guys that there are still no players above a 75 overall, there you go. There's a bunch of 73 and 72 overalls. No player finished the year above a 75 overall. Like I said, thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know down in the comment section, like I said earlier in the video, if you want me to do a rebuilding challenge with this roster. I think it would be pretty interesting, but you guys, you know, I do feed off of your guys' input and feedback. So let me know that down in the comment section. Also, give me some other My League challenges to do. I like to throw these videos at you every once in a while. Like the last one I did, I totally forget the last one that I did, but just let me know what you guys want to see from me. And also, just a heads up, since it is the end of the video, I'll probably post it in the comments. I will be uploading every other day now, and I will basically explain more in the comment that is in the comment section, but just so I don't really have to be stressed of uploading every single day. But that is going to be it for me, man. I hope you guys do, you know, understand that. I really hope you guys did enjoy this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys all next time. Peace.